For those of you who've ever had the boss from hell, we're going to let you know how to deal with them right now. Our guest is Maggie Mistel. She's a life purpose and career coach, and you can hear her regularly on Martha Stewart Living Radio on Sirius. There are some bosses who the only way they can communicate is to yell, to scream, and to carry on tantrums. How do you deal with that?
For those who have ever had a boss from hell, we are going to let you know how to deal with them right now. Our guest is Maggie Mistel. She's a life purpose and career coach, and you can hear her regularly on Martha Stewart Living Radio on Sirius. There are some bosses who the only way they can communicate is to yell, to scream, and to carry on tensions. How do you deal with that? Someone has ever done something. Ai đó từng làm gì? Do you remember this phrase? Someone has ever done something. I have ever done something, or you have ever done something. So for those who have ever had a boss, với những người mà từng có một sếp như thế nào đó. For those who have. By the way, do you remember for those who? Those who. It's very common. Bạn chú ý cách nói là let someone know, ... Let someone do something is a phrase, but let someone know is so common. So here is some common phrases. Here are some common phrases. I will let you know, or please let me know, or we are going to let you know. They are very common phrases. And remember, deal with someone. Đối phó với ai, đối đầu với ai, hoặc là giải quyết vấn đề gì. Deal with something or deal with someone.
It is a challenging situation, Denise, and unfortunately a lot of people find themselves with these overly demanding bosses, or even, in the worst case, bosses who scream and yell. So what I try to tell my clients is to really just relax and try not to take it personally.
It is a challenging situation, Dennis, and unfortunately a lot of people find themselves with these overly demanding bosses. Or even in the worst case, bosses just scream and yell. So what I try to tell my clients is to really just relax and try not to take it personally. Ở đây bạn chú ý cách dùng phó từ để bổ nghĩa cho một tính từ đằng sau nó. Ví dụ overly demanding. Demanding là tính từ đòi hỏi. Overly demanding, đòi hỏi một cách quá mức. Đó, thì trước, nếu mà muốn bổ nghĩa cho tính từ, bạn dùng phó từ ở đằng trước. Overly demanding. Một cái cụm rất thường gặp là don't take it personally. Take it personally, don't take it personally. Đừng coi đó là chuyện của cá nhân. Ý ở đây là khi bạn làm việc thì nếu mà bạn gặp vấn đề với khách hàng hay với sếp thì đấy là chuyện công việc chứ không phải là chuyện cá nhân. Đừng coi đấy là chuyện riêng tư. Thì trong văn hóa của người Mỹ hay người Anh họ hay nói như vậy. So don't take it personally. Or try not to take it personally in your office. When you have some problems with a customer, it is not your personal problem. It is the company's problem. It is the organization's problem. Don't take it personally.
Here's the difficulty. That person may have a history of that kind of behavior. So when you come into an office, you're going, well, that's Sam Smith, and Sam's a screamer and a yeller. But not necessarily everybody gets the same behavior from Sam.
Right.
And so what kind of a person elicits a different response?
Here is the difficulty. That person may have a history of that kind of behavior. So when you come into an office, you go in. Let's say I am Smith and Sam is the screamer and yeller. but not necessarily everybody gets the same behavior from Sam. So what kind of a person elicits a different response? Do you remember here's so common? Here's the difficulty, here's the issue, or here's the situation, here's the problem, here's, or here's the bad news, or here's the good news. Ngoài ra bạn chú ý cách dùng not necessarily, not necessarily, necessarily một cách cần thiết. Tuy nhiên người ta hay dùng từ này với cái từ ý nghĩa phủ định, not necessarily, không nhất thiết, hay là không phải lúc nào cũng. Some examples: not necessarily everybody gets the same behavior from Sam. Không phải lúc nào thì tất cả mọi người đều gặp cái thái độ tương tự từ Sam. Tức là đôi khi Sam chỉ có thái độ đấy với một người này người kia nhất định, chứ không phải ai cũng thế. Thì khi đó người ta nói not necessarily everybody gets the same behavior. Another example: you don't necessarily have to attend this meeting. Bạn không nhất thiết phải tham dự cuộc họp này. You don't necessarily have to attend this meeting. Or girls don't necessarily like dolls. Con gái thì không nhất thiết hay không có nghĩa là thích búp bê, tức là không phải con gái nào thì cũng thích búp bê. Girls don't necessarily like dolls. And và có một cụm nữa cũng không có gì phức tạp về mặt ngữ pháp nhưng nó rất phổ biến trong văn nói. Let's say, giả sử như, đây là lối diễn đạt khác, sự khác nhau giữa lối diễn đạt trong tiếng Việt và tiếng Anh. Tiếng Việt chúng ta nói là ví dụ là, chẳng hạn là, thì tiếng Anh họ nói là let's say, hãy nói. Tất nhiên chúng ta không dịch như vậy. Let's say, chẳng hạn như let's say I am Smith and he is Sam. Chẳng hạn như tôi là Smith và ông ấy là Sam.
If you're someone who can keep your cool around the boss no matter what he or she says and doesn't overreact to what they're saying but can keep your cool, they don't get the reaction. It's not as much fun for them or whatever it is they're getting out of screaming and yelling.
If you are someone who can keep your cool around the boss, no matter what he says or does, no matter what he or she says or and doesn't overreact to what they are saying, but can keep your cool, they don't get the reaction. They don't get the reaction. It is not as much fun for them, or whatever it is they are getting out of screaming and yelling. Do you remember no matter what? You see how common it is. It's how common it is. So common. No matter what. No matter what he says, no matter what you do, no matter who you are, no matter what you do. Get out of some place or get out of some situation. Get out of ngoài cái nghĩa là lấy cái gì khỏi cái gì thì nó cũng có một nghĩa nữa như là nghĩa bóng, thoát khỏi một tình huống gì, thoát khỏi một tình trạng gì. Ví dụ get out of some situations. Get out of this situation or get out of your boss. Thoát khỏi ông sếp khó tính của bạn. Get out of.
Let's graduate to sexual harassment on the job. There are a lot of young, beautiful women on the job. Young being
and
the
men too.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't mean it like that. I'm just saying men can get sexually harassed too.
Yeah, and they don't know how to handle it because they're looking to move up in the company, and so there's that intimidation factor. So how do you handle it in a way that lets that person know you've crossed the line with me and I have a line that you can't cross?
Let's graduate to sexual harassment on the job. There are a lot of young, beautiful women on the job, and men too. I don't mean I like that. We are just saying men can get sexual harassed too. And they don't know how to handle it because they are looking to move up in the company. And so there is that intimidation factor. So how do you handle in a way that lets that person know you have crossed the line with me and I have a line you can't cross. Do you remember get with done? Get done something. Get cộng với động từ ở phân từ 2 thì khi đó nó có nghĩa là được hay là bị làm gì đó. Ví dụ get harassed, bị quấy rối, or get unemployed, bị thất nghiệp. So get cộng với động từ ở phân từ 2. In a way that, in a way that, dot dot dot. Theo cái cách mà, in a way that, dot dot dot. Do something in a way that, dot dot dot. Làm việc gì theo cái cách như thế nào đó. Ví dụ, how do you handle that situation in a way that it doesn't hurt anyone? Bạn sẽ handle, bạn sẽ xử lý cái tình huống đó như thế nào, theo cái cách thế nào mà nó không làm ai bị tổn thương cả. How do you handle that situation in a way that it doesn't hurt anyone? Or you handle it in a way that lets the person know he has crossed the line. Ở đây bạn có cái cụm từ cross the line, vượt quá giới hạn. Cross là cắt ngang, the line là cái đường biên. Cross the line tức là bước quá giới hạn hay vượt quá giới hạn. Someone crossed the line, ai đó đã vượt quá giới hạn. Don't cross the line, đừng vượt quá giới hạn. Don't cross the line. So.
Right. You know, if you get the sense that this is a one-time thing, person made a slip of the tongue or something stupid, you know, you can kind of look at them and say, ha ha, Joe, yeah, that was really funny. You know, let's keep those kind of jokes to ourselves in the future, you know, kind of laugh it off, and it's a one-time thing. Then you can, you know, think about letting it go.
Right. You know that if you get the sense that this is a one-time thing, the person made a slip of tongue. Sorry, the person made a slip of the tongue or something stupid. You can kind of look at them and say, haha, Joe, that was really funny. You know, let's keep those kind of jokes to ourselves. In the future, kind of laugh it off, and it's a one-time thing, then you can think of letting it go. You can think about letting it go. Ở đây bạn thấy là họ dùng kind of và you know, dùng làm filler rất là nhiều. Và bạn sẽ, nếu như bạn nghe những cái video mà không phải là học thuật, không phải là bài học, video tự nhiên trên TV, thì bạn sẽ thấy họ dùng cái này rất nhiều. You know, kind of. Trong này có cái cụm là get the sense that dot dot dot. Có cảm nhận là, someone gets the sense that dot dot dot. Ai đó có cảm nhận như thế nào về cái gì. Ví dụ, I get the sense that she doesn't like me. Tôi có cảm giác là cô ấy không thích tôi. Tôi có cảm nhận, tôi cảm thấy được rằng là cô ấy không thích tôi. I get the sense that she doesn't like me. Or I get the sense that we have the same ideas. Tôi có cảm giác là chúng ta hình như có cùng một ý tưởng. I get the sense. So you get the sense of something. You get the sense that dot dot dot. Một cái thành ngữ ở đây, make a slip of tongue. Tongue là cái lưỡi, make a slip of tongue, tức là slip là sự trượt đi, nguyên văn là bị trượt lưỡi. Tuy nhiên tiếng Việt chúng ta nói là lỡ lời, make a slip of tongue. Let it go, let it go, hãy để nó đi, để nó trôi đi, tức là đừng kệ nó, thì chúng ta nói là let it go. So don't worry about it, just let it go. Đừng có lo lắng về nó, cứ để nó, kệ nó đi, let it go. Or don't focus on your pain, let it go. Đừng có để ý cái chỗ đau của bạn mà cứ kệ nó. Khi bạn bị đau thì bạn càng để ý nó càng đau nữa. So don't worry about that, don't focus on your pain, just let it go. So that's let it go.
But if this is a systemic problem where consistently the person is either coming on to you or making inappropriate remarks or posts inappropriate things either online or sends you inappropriate emails or text messages or phone messages, that's a deeper problem, and you really have to protect yourself by going to HR and letting them know the situation.
But if this is a systemic problem, or consistently the person's either coming on to you or making inappropriate remarks or post inappropriate things either online or sends you inappropriate emails or text messages or phone messages, that's a deeper problem, and you really have to protect yourself by going to HR and letting them know the situation. So remember, let someone know. Let someone know something. And remember either or either. Có hai cách phát âm. There are two ways to pronounce it. Either or either. So either coming on to you or making inappropriate remarks, or they either do this or that. Either. Very common. Okay, so we stop our lesson here, and thank you for watching.